Okay, I welcome you to this platform. Today we are looking at this question in civic education, and this is section C type of question. Okay, so remember, I'm literally here to give you the skill and the knowledge on how you can handle examination questions amicably. Okay, so once I'm done with you, uh, you'll be able to answer civic education examination very well. That will actually give you more marks. Okay, so quickly today we are looking at this question, which is read as explain the core explain the concept culture. Okay, so here we are going to explain the concept culture, then thereafter analyze Zambia's societal core values. Okay, so now how can you answer this particular question for you to be given 20 marks? Remember, in civic education, the way we answer, we actually give it in point forms, and you have to make sure that you come up with 20 important points that will actually give you 20 marks. So now, to start with, we have to explain the concept culture. So what is culture in other words? How can you explain culture? Okay, so culture is a complete way of life of the people in a given society. The complete way of life of people in a given society. That is culture. Okay, so we can write it. Culture. So as I said, we'll be writing this in point form. So culture is a complete, okay, is a complete way of life of people in a given what society. Okay, so that is culture. Now, having given it the definition, we can now analyze the Zambia's societal core values. So the word societal core values, we are talking about the society, the way people live in the society. Okay, now what are some of the core values of the society? This is what we are looking at. So it's very important you as a learner to also understand the question very well so that you know what you are talking about. So we can start now because this is Zambia. So our question is also talking about the Zambia societal core values. So we can write this one: Zambia's societal, core what? Core values. Okay. So now this is you are in an examination, then you are trying to answer such questions. So what are some of the Zambia's societal core values? So we can start. One, we'll talk about obedience to the authority. Okay, so every society has got authority that people that lives in it should obey. So obedience to the authority. Okay, obedience to the authority. So what about obedience to the authority? So this is recognizing and obeying the people in power. Okay. So core values of society is actually obedience to the authority, and this is shown by recognizing and obeying people in people in what? In authority. So now, when we talk about people in authority, we are actually referring to start with the president himself, because that one is in authority. Then cabinet ministers, MPs, councillors. So the core values of the society, people should actually recognize them and give them, or rather obey, okay, to them, okay. So you have to obey to them. It's one of the core values of society. Then what else apart from obedience to the authority? Tolerance also is one of the core values. Tolerance. So tolerance, this is so tolerance. What can we say about tolerance? This is accepting people's ideas, or accepting people. Okay. So accepting ideas. So meaning you are tolerating. That is tolerance. So it's one of them. Then apart from tolerance, we can also look at mutual respect. Okay, mutual. So mutual respect. So the mutual respect, what we can say about it. The meaning is the value of treating each other with the consideration. Okay, the value of treating each other with consideration. Okay, so the value of treating each other with consideration, that is the mutual respect. We are looking at the Zambia societal core values. Then apart from that, we can also look at honest, okay? Honest. So honest, the quality of telling the truth, not cheating or stealing, okay? That is the quality of telling the truth, okay? Not cheating or stealing, okay? So what are the other core values? Okay, we can also talk about freedom of expression. That is also a core values of society according to our country, Zambia. So we can talk about it as well. Freedom of expression. It's a core value. Okay. So freedom of expression, the right of a person to be heard as long as what they have to say is within the confines of the law. Okay. So the right of value, the right of a person to heard, be heard as long as what they have to say They are confined. Confines within what? Confines within the law. Okay? Within the law. Then the other core value is responsibility, doing what one is expected to do without being taught. Okay, responsibility is one of them also. Responsibility. Responsibility. Okay, responsibility. That is doing what one is expected to do without being told. Okay. Then the other one we can look at social justice. Social justice. Social justice. This is now treating everyone in the community fairly. Okay. Treating everyone in the community fairly. Okay. Then apart from that, cooperation also is one of the core value. Cooperation. Cooperation. Working together for the common goal. That is working together for the common goal. Okay, working together for the common goal. Working together for the common goal. Then apart from that, we also have love. Love is also a core value of our country, Zambia. The core value, the quality of goodwill towards every person. The quality, or the quality of goodwill to the quality of goodwill towards every person. Okay, then the other one we can also talk about peace, freedom from stress and physical threat to one's well-being. So peace must be there. So peace, that is freedom from stress and physical threat to one's well-being. Okay, so that is peace, freedom from stress and physical threat to one's well-being. Okay, then loyalty. And also talk about loyalty. So talk about loyalty. That is faithfulness now. Faithfulness. Faithfulness and truthfulness. And truthfulness to people, groups, or what? Or organization. Then the other one, don't worry, the typed notes will be posted to you so that you can follow step by step. We can also talk about trust as a core value. So trust, confidence, that is confidence now, that is trust, confidence, confidence. Confidence, we talk about confidence, then we can also talk about belief, that is trust in the goodness, in the goodness, strength, and reliability of oneself, of one of oneself and others. Okay. Then the other one is attainment of set goals. So that is also a core value. Attainment of set goals. Of set what? Set goals. So attainment of set goals, person success in whatever undertaking. So that is the attainment of set goals. Person success in whatever undertaking, undertaking, whatever undertaking one does. Okay, so attainment of set goals, person success in whatever undertaking one does. So simply means every goals that has been set according to our core values as a country should actually be success. Okay, in anything that one get into. Okay, for example, if you want to do something, the core value is that you should make sure that whatever you plan, whatever goals that you have set, should be successful. That is the core values of Zambia's society. Okay. Then the other one, we can also talk about hard working. Okay, hard working is also a social core value, the ability to accomplish, the ability to accomplish difficult tasks, difficult tasks as opposed to idleness. Okay, so this simply means that ability to accomplish difficult tasks as opposed to idleness. Idleness simply means laziness. Okay, so core value, social core values of Zambia. One should be a hardworking person. Me simply means that person should have the ability to accomplish difficult tasks, things that they think one cannot manage. Okay, you do that. Okay, that is one of the core values. Then we can also talk about nationalism. Okay, nationalism. So we can also talk about nationalism. Okay, so nationalism as a core value. Nationalism, that is now a feeling of oneself, a feeling of a feeling of oneself, feeling of oneself by a group, by a group of people with, by a group of people, by a group of people by a group of people with the same origin and culture. That is what I wanted to say. So by group of people with the same then the other one with the same origin and culture. I've talked about it already. So now patriotism is part of them also. Patriotism. So for patriotism, what is patriotism? So this is loving one's country, loving one's country, loving one's country and willing to sacrifice for its well-being, and willing to sacrifice of its well-being. Okay, so like the good example that I can give is those people in highest position, people like presidents. Sometimes actually because of patriotism, they take risks in order to make sure that the country succeed. Okay, so that is being patriotism. Then individualism can also be talked about. Individualism, one of the core values as well. So this is an art of concentrating, an art of concentrating on one's welfare, on one's welfare. Okay, in one's welfare at the expense of others. At the expense of others. Then the other one, core values, we can also talk about scientific advancement. This should be the last one of the ones that I'm going to list according to the question. So scientific advancement. So science is not left out there. A belief in science. This is a belief now. A belief in science and technology as a tool. Okay, as a tools or as a tool to making, let me just say as tools to making progress and improving one's what society. or social. Let me just say social. Let me just use the word social and income, social and income problems. So I was saying scientific advancement, a belief in science. Okay, it's one of the core values as well. A belief in science and technology as tools to making progress and improving one's social and income problems. Okay, so these are some of the core values of Zambia's Zambia's society, so to say. Okay, so for today, that is where we are going to end according to the question that we are given. So just like I had mentioned earlier, this is how you are supposed to answer examination questions in point form. In case you are given a question like this. Thank you so very much for your attention.